Hello folks and welcome back. For me, it's rapidly approaching planting out time, but the weather's still a bit iffy, cold biting winds, so I'm going to try and harden the stuff off. Coal frame's full to the brim, and you may be aware I had got plans to build another coal frame next to the bean bed. That's not happened yet, and I'm struggling for space, so I've come up with an idea. The bean bed's not going to be used for a while yet, so I thought I'll pop a few of the line pins around the edge, make a framework, and I can put some things on here just to harden off. And I've got a bit of netting or some debris netting to keep the wind off, and at least it'll give the plants plenty of fresh air and natural daylight. That's my first batch of seed onions put outside to harden off. 108 in total. I've still got a few more in the greenhouse, much lighter than these that need potting on. I've popped my old debris netting over the top, and I think that's going to work quite well. Plenty of airflow, lets the light in, but also stops the chilling winds. Now this netting here was the original cover I had on my brassica cage before I actually put the black strong net on that I've got now. And I've kept this because if we do have frosts, and in the past I've put the brassicas out a bit too early, the cold air temperatures hit them a bit, and by popping that over the top it just gives a bit of extra protection. Morning folks, we're on an early start this morning. According to the temperature, it was 6 degrees overnight, but the air temperature now feels really cold. That's why I'm togged up. But got quite a lot to do. So what I'm doing now, this is my, I think it's the 4th sowing of the Zabroon, and as you can see, the germination on there has done quite well. The Zabroon this year has been a nightmare, not only for me, but for quite a few other gardeners as well. I really think there's been a bad batch of seeds bought in to the different seed companies, and anyway, what I'm doing, I'm pricking these out, putting them into this deep cell tray, and as you can see they've done really well on the germination, but I say this is the 4th one. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with these. So there we are, all done and dusted. I must say I'm very happy with this. I managed to get 40 out of 49, which is a good success rate considering the previous 3 attempts. Next up, I'm going to be potting on these onions called Vento. I'll be putting them into this 24 cell tray. This is the hard cell tray from Garland, the one I featured quite a while ago now. And the compost I'm using is this Bathgate's Champion Blend peat-free. If you look at the date on that there, it's the 27th of the 1st, which is almost 3 months now. And as a consequence, the onions are looking a bit pale, and that's obviously lack of food. But I'm sure once we've potted them on, they'll soon perk up. Regarding the onion Vento, quite popular on the show bench, particularly in the quality small onion class, the 250 gram now, I think it's called 8 ounce or whatever. It's very, very similar to the tough ball onion. So if you've never grown this, well worth a shot. If there's such a thing as cruelty to onions, I'm definitely guilty as charged. As you can see, these are starting to bulb up now, so they're desperate need to get potted on. after having a closer look, I decided to pot these right into 7 centimetre pots, because the cell tray is a little too shallow and there's some decent roots on them. So I'll put them into these pots and add mycorrhizal as well. If the roots are a bit untidy, I'll just give them a little snip off with the scissors. Doesn't do anything as far as I'm concerned, it's just a matter of tidying them up. Pop it in the pot there, sprinkle a bit of mycorrhizal on, and then just top it up. Well, these are the Zabroon potting on. I must say they do look much better. I've got some of these in these cell trays, and these are starting to look a bit sickly, so I might just pop them on, give them some more food and see how they go. These trays of lettuce here are almost ready for eating, so I reckon I should do the decent thing and plant a few rows out. I've popped a few blue organic rain-fast slug pellets down. Now, to be fair, last year I only did one application of slug pellets and escaped quite lightly. With these, as soon as the rain hits them, they dissolve into the soil. But say, there's a few, and I don't think I'll be putting any more down. It's just the initial deterrent. It's always nice to get the first plantings of the season. 4 varieties here. I'm just going to pop a little cage over the top and a net. Just give a bit of protection. As I was about to put the covers on, I noticed there's a convenient gap down the middle. So I thought I'd do my first sowing of radish. This is French breakfast. That was quite an enjoyable couple of sessions, that was. I've got to admit that this time of the year is my favourite part of the gardening year, especially when you get the first plants out into the beds. To me, we're underway. The next 3 or 4 weeks is going to be quite busy with plantings out and getting the beds ready and stuff like that. So you may be seeing a few more videos popping up more regular than usual. Got a couple of little projects going on, and one of them will be the chilli planter that I'm doing for the greenhouse in the garden, but that'll be a separate video. So they need potting on. The tomatoes are quite ready, the cucumbers and all, they'll be going into the auto watering systems that I need to be setting up in here. But first of all, I've got to clean this out and still cut them all beds to prepare. Fortunately for us, although it's still cool of a morning and does drop cold of a night, I think it's about 4 or 5 degrees last night. During the day when the sun comes out, it is quite hot and it is warming the soil up, which is a good thing. So that's about it for this one. Once again, many thanks for watching. Welcome to all the new subscribers. I've had quite a few just recently, so welcome. And thank you to all the regulars who you know you are. That's about it. Stay safe all. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.